Okay, name's Jim Jarvis. We're in the middle of nowhere. Perfect place for stuff like this, especially with a family like mine. And this is what I do. I've done it all my life. It's the only thing I'm good at. So tell me, if you know it was going to be like this, why did you come, laddie? It's not like we're going to be tossing cables for fun. I have to make up the stuff as I go. I really don't have much of a dialogue. Yeah, Holmes, I'm Carlos, I say, and we don't like you doing that kind of domestic stuff in front of me and my people, Holmes. You're going to have to take that somewhere else, I say. Right now, in fact. Me and my brother, Mikhail, says in Mother Russia, we do not accept friends and family to act like this. We deal with such problems in a manner we do not speak of at dinner table. Oh, might you have a fancy a cup of tea? I actually wouldn't mind having a sit down over some tea and crumpets. Do you fancy that, son? Where I come from, we have ourselves a grog and watch the sun go down over the outback. Always love Australia. That's really all I have for that one, because I haven't really practiced it that much. But I want to be a surfer. Oh my God, I do not understand these people. They make me feel like I am very green and very, very large, like I'm in an Incredible Hulk or something. Very ugly. I do not know what to do. Please help me. Arr, avast you scurry sea dog! Shiver me timbers and me halls burst with swag. Hand over me scores of booty. Booty. Arr. You're gonna have to hand me my 6-shooter now there, Pilgrim. I'm gonna need it for my ride out west. There's talk around a campfire of things a man has never seen before. Things we've never seen before in our life. Get your double barrel there, Paul, and get to it. I think there's some of them city slicker hair boys on our property again. Yeehaw! Yeah, my name's Antonio Benedetti, and we got a problem here. Somebody's a talking, and next thing you know, bada bing and bada boom and bam! You're a dead man. You gotta watch yourself out there, eh? Many of us young men from the village went into the army with tales of a better life. We really signed up to be a slave. A slave that does terrible things, that have nightmares going for the rest of our life. I fled and ended up here in this country, where I have no friends and no family. Pretty sad. There's so much that right there is a little gist of the accents or dialects that I do. Pretty much now, I have multiple characters that I can mimic. Now I can do a number of these, and I just wrote down some. The possibilities for this are endless, though, because every day I'm watching TV or hearing something on the radio where I attempt to mimic the voice. And my son and my other 2 daughters, which are not present at the time, say that I nail this stuff, on that majority of the time. So I have an endless amount of characters that I can mimic, but I just wrote down a few. So here we go. Everybody's watched Batman, right? The Dark Knight Rises. In case you haven't, you can pull up the clip and you can compare me as to how good I sound or how much like him I sound. But at first, I think the guy is threatening to throw somebody out the window, and Bane responds, well, perhaps he's wondering why one would shoot a man before throwing him out of a plane. And then so he asks him who he is and such, and it doesn't matter who we are. What matters is our plan. And our plan is to get rich or die trying. Because we will not languish in this life anymore. People will know who we are. Well, they will after y'all see this video anyway. Everybody's watched Harry Potter, I'm sure. If you have children like I do, I've watched it only 11 million times, so I know like every word of every scene. But Dobby's a pretty cool little character, little house elf. Dobby never meant to kill. Dobby only meant to maim or seriously injure. Dobby has come to save Harry Potter and his friends. Dobby's cool, man. Don't make fun of Dobby, though. Shrek. There's 3 little pigs. Yeah, Shrek went back to bring back the next heir. And in the first movie, he asked him, why is he doing here? And he's, well, the landlord, he hopped, and he puffed, and he signed an eviction notice. Instead of huffed and puffed and blew the house down, which is kind of what happened to us. Pinocchio from the same movie, Shrek. I'm not changing it anywhere, sir, until I see Shrek and Fiona. Whenever he's watching TV. Now, I have probably could do more than that with his voice, but I really don't have a lot of dialogue to go by, and we don't have the movie anymore, so I can't constantly refresh my memory as needed. But Davy Jones from the Pirates of the Caribbean, his favorite little thing. Do you fear death? Do you feel that dark abyss? Your deeds lay bare, all your sins banished. I can offer you an escape. 100 years before the mast, will ye serve? You know, he's got the eyebrow thing always going on. I love Bill Nye. He's a great actor. And later on in the movies, he's talking about Calypso, which is truly his lover. And he refers to her as most men would refer to their ex. She's not a person. She's a heathen god that delights herself in blessing men with her wildest dreams and turning out for them to be naught but ash. It's the way he is. The other captain from the same Pirates of the Caribbean, the two men were fighting over the dress on his ship, I think, from the young love of Orlando Bloom in that movie, is trying to get to him, so she stows away on board. And if you both fancy the dress, you both will have to wear and share it one after the other. And they say that, no, the ship is haunted. And he said, oh, is it no? And you? And he pretty much concurs with the other sailor that the ship is haunted. And he said, you're a pair of superstitious goats and it's got the best of you. And now it appears to me, the only thing is we have a stowaway on board. And it looks to be a young female. And she's probably naked, which gets everybody in a rouse. Yeah! Some of the older movies, the characters that I've been able to do, Sling Blade, played by Billy Bob Thornton. You just a little boy, you ought not to be talking like that. And in the beginning of the movie, they was asking him what exactly he did, and so he took a hold of a Kaiser blade. Some people call it a sling blade. I call it a Kaiser blade. And I hit old Jesse over the head with it, with the dull end. But I guess that didn't satisfy me much. I turned around and hit him with the sharp end of it. My mama goes to screaming, what you kid Jesse for? What you kid Jesse for? Killed him. And last but not least, one of my favorites that I used to do whenever I was a kid to entertain my little ones whenever I was babysitting, because I had kids when I was still a kid, was Kermit the Frog here, coming to you from Sensibilia Street. That is really all we have for you today. And so remember, kids, that if you ever are in doubt, you always can remember, be yourself. Because at the end of the day, that's really all that matters, is to be yourself, to be an individual. Because if you do not be yourself and you do not represent your own style by being yourself, then the world is missing out on your individuality. And the world really doesn't need to go on missing out on more individuals with their own style, expressing it freely and politically correctly. We don't want to offend anybody here, but really and truly, if you be yourself, express yourself thoroughly, your own style, then the world would have gained a valuable asset. And that is my message here today. Be yourself. And if anybody wants to reach me to leave any kind of comments, now I know there's going to be some people out there that say, you know, I'm stupid or need to give it up or whatever, but all of those of y'all have a piece of advice. Or if anybody that wants to see me mimic any other characters, please drop me a line at my email address, which is Jarvis, Jim, Jarvis, all lowercase letters, 940 at gmail.com. That is Jarvis, Jim, 940 at gmail.com. Thank you very much for your time. I hope to get a positive response, and we'll see you again next time. Until then, be an individual.
ago was kind of